I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone.
Walk alone?
No, I think we're not alone in this.
I think we're walking kind of alone.
Exactly. It feels like we're alone, but we definitely have a lot of angry Mets fans right now. And first of all, welcome to All Things Mets Talk. And for the first time, we're going live on our Instagram account. Say hi. You're gonna see how I put my butt. Well, yeah, the fruit of our broken dreams for sure.
Yeah.
We keep dreaming, and we keep getting those dreams.
I don't think we're dreaming anymore. I think we're like in just this nightmare.
We dream around like spring training. We dream, right?
We dream. I dream that the season will end tomorrow. That is my dream. I like wake up and it's like October, 20th or something, and I'm like, hey, there's a football game on.
Yeah, wow.
That's what my dreams are like.
Hi, Marge. Hi, Mets 2128. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah. So,
hi, Kike.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. As people start coming on, they'll catch up.
Yep.
We'll catch up with them. So we started with the homestand. I had like home sweet home, which was not sweet. I don't even know why I had that as our title. Maybe I was thinking about.
You had like a mental lapse.
No, I think I was thinking, they won 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. So I was thinking, you know what? They might be a spoiler,
Yeah.
They might like knock some teams out of contention that are vying for, to make a wild card or
in
first place.
Yeah, but no. But then what? then what happened?
So
humiliation, maybe?
And there was this hope that they would compete against Atlanta in some way, that they would show up just to show some dignity. What do you think? Like to show that, we can respect them for something, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think we were prepared for something.
You were prepared for them to be terrible?
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for football scores.
Well,
I was like, okay, I know that football, preseason has started. But I didn't think it started at Citi Field until this weekend.
Well, we started with Reyes. Who the freak is Reyes? And then we had who came after Reyes?
Peterson?
I forgot. I had it in my phone, but I'm using my phone for the live. It was just a batting practice.
So it really didn't matter.
Hi, Emily.
Who was
hi, Dan.
Pitching.
Yeah, it was bad. So what's the theme today? We want you guys to ask. We're gonna ask you guys, because what we read everywhere is that Mets are tanking. Okay. She's on the tanking.
I'm on the tanking sign. They're tanking.
And I'm on the no way. They're not tanking. They're just terrible. So I want we want your opinion.
Get your opinions and think about this. And basically, tanking, for anyone who doesn't know the actual definition of tanking, means that you're actually purposely losing, whether it's management or the players, losing so that you can get a good draft pick. And this is definitely something that can happen and benefit the Mets. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know why. Oh, that's going off. I don't know why. I have something going off, so sorry about that.
Just shut everything off.
Okay, I'm shutting everything off.
Yeah, I think Miguel, Reyes, Quintana, and Senga were the ones who pitched that. What is that? Turn it off.
I'm trying. Okay, sorry about that. We just had like come. You know what? I think that
Yes.
was part of like the whole, not admitting that, the tanking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really strange. So,
Mendick ended up pitching. So, Kike
Well,
said zero chance
that
of
doesn't
tanking.
even count.
Kike saying zero chance of tanking.
Yeah, I want to know.
Draft who?
Okay, why? Why? I mean, all the signs point to them tanking. I mean, they're not playing their best players.
Mhm.
They didn't call up some of their really good prospects that could help them now. They called up players that don't even belong in the major leagues. So it doesn't.
It makes sense to.
It makes sense.
To Brenda.
And we know that if they end up with one of the 6 worst records in baseball, they have a draft pick in the first round. So
Marge said management is tanking, no way the players. I think there's might be something there, but still, like, it's just another way for me to despise management right now. Mets. Is it really a thing on MLB?
what really, like, are they really talking about it? Yeah, there's articles.
Yeah, they're talking.
Just
Twitter, yep.
Google tanking Mets and you'll see all the articles. Yeah.
Hi, Greg. Thank you for joining. Wait, I'm trying to catch up with the comments here.
Yeah, bring them in.
Kika said they're just bad.
Well, they are just bad. The players are bad, but the management is setting them up for more failure than they even had before. I mean, if you're putting that team out there, the team that we watched this weekend against the best team in baseball, then you're trying to lose. I'm sorry, but they're a business and they want this draft pick, and they can get a draft pick if they have one of the worst records in baseball, and they are buying.
Yeah, but we don't even know who's going to be in the draft.
We know that they would have like number 6 in the draft pick if they tank. And if they don't, I know because I looked it up. If they end up with, not that they're going to end up with a decent record, but if they end up, not in that bottom tier six worst team, they don't even have a draft pick in the first round. In the first round, they lose it because of this luxury.
We had I think we had really good prospects this draft. I don't know if we have that need to get a great prospect. Emily said that she thinks this is what was expected after the trade deadline, and she does think that management is trying to tank, but not the players. Kika said when you tank is to plan to draft someone.
Yes.
And Kika said, so Buck has no saying in that. Don't think Buck let this happen. Also, he's old school. So,
well, what say does Buck have in letting this happen? They're telling him, they're giving him who gets called up from the minors, these guys who are terrible. And
I just want to know who keeks putting Vogelback on the lineup. I'm just so done with it.
Buck loves Vogelback.
Vogelbuck.
Yeah, so maybe Buck does have something in this. Maybe he does want it to. You know what? The truth of the matter is, it's very skeptical, right, to say that a team's going to tank, because what happens is a manager gets impacted by the record. So if Buck was in on this, he doesn't want to risk losing his job or maybe somebody else. I mean, we've seen this happen before.
Dan says the draft picks are irrelevant in baseball. So he's saying no tanking. He's saying what? No. Draft picks are irrelevant.
But you know what? That used to be the case, but it's not anymore. Now we're seeing drafts for baseball players to be much more critical than they used to be.
Kika said Buck's probably the ones who are going to get fired. They keep playing bad. And then
yay! So maybe it's against Buck. Maybe management wants an excuse to fire Buck.
The plot thickens.
I don't think they need an excuse. I mean, he did terrible with the good team out there.
So wait, so what do we have here? We have, no one is saying the players are tanking, but some people say that management might be tanking. Some say don't tank, not tanking. Anybody thinks the players are tanking? Because that's where.
I didn't say the players are tanking.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that. But I think what I'm saying is the management has set them up to fail. So by all these trades and by bringing up these guys that aren't good, so you have somebody pitching who's going to, totally get behind, in the score. You're setting these players up to fail because these games are impossible for them to win. So even if they're good players, they're feeling it because they're like, I feel terrible. Like they're not going to contribute because they're down in the dumps. Although I think that's no excuse.
Dan said never makes a difference like it does in other sports. You'll never draft a player to be an immediate impact.
No,
okay, what I want to say now
that's not true.
Well,
what about Carroll? He's been great. I mean, there are players that have been drafted that will make pretty immediate impacts, I think. I mean, what about your brother Kiki? What does he say? He's involved.
He said it's so hard to accept a bad season. I'm accepting it 100%.
No, but it's not. It is a bad season. I mean, they played terrible. It's not like I'm saying there's, this tanking has anything to do with like as an excuse. They're tanking now, but they had a miserable season to begin with all the good players that they had, the $1 million players.
Yeah, just having a bad season, that happens. But I agree with that, and I accept and tanking or no tanking. My point of view is, why not bring some of those kids up to play? Why you have some Ortegas or some Daniel Vogelbacks there to keep frustrating us fans? Give us fans a little bit of flair to the game and excitement to watch Mauricio or.
Let's see those guys.
Yeah.
Show them right now.
We
have the video because they're doing well and they can actually.
3 balls, 1 strike. Beatty lines us in the left side and he beats the shift, finding space in the shortstop position. A 2-out single for the Mets prospect. Mauricio line drive lashed into center field on a couple hops. Fielded by Lockridge and sent in a leadoff base hit.
His last start, his first start this week, Vassell, 8 no-hit innings. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Vassell gets the strikeout.
Vassell comes set at the waist, the 0-2. And on the cutter, Lockridge strikes out swinging. That's his second strikeout for Vassell. Infield, outfield, back deep. Big leg kick by Vassell. Chases the 2-2 down and away, and that is strike 3. Third strikeout for Vassell. 10 sat down in a row by the righty starter. 0-2 to Wells, and he goes down swinging. That's back-to-back Ks for the Rail Riders. 4 for Mike Vassell.
Gilbert, a guy that Mets GM Billy Epler famously said plays with his hair on fire. Here's another payoff. Gilbert ropes it into right field. Coming over towards the line is Polensky. That'll dunk in up the line for a base hit.
Video, but there's such excitement about these kids. Why not just bring them up for like a couple of games?
I think maybe we need to go to Syracuse to watch some.
I want to see them at Syracuse.
And I'm going Wednesday to
Hi,
Citi
Tom.
Field, so we'll see how that goes. Hi, Tom.
Kike said their service time is a factor, and we had some comments during the video
I get that. Yeah, I mean, but maybe with the expanded roster, they could bring them up. I don't know. We'll see. What about?
Yes, we don't have Acuña's video. We will put one next time.
I had one, but we'll bring it.
Oh,
yeah, next time.
Next time.
He looks good.
This is the one I could find that had almost everyone, but
yeah.
Hopefully these kids can help our pitchers score runs because our pitchers didn't do terrible. I'm talking about Senga.
Our pitchers are terrible.
Quintana. Senga and Quintana did well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you know what bothers me is they have some established players that aren't doing well. How is it Alonso and Nimmo and even Alvarez wasn't playing well. I mean, these guys have not been. This series this weekend, they were terrible.
Send them all. Sit them down.
The way
Sit
they
them down.
did, ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Well, that'll add to the tanking.
You have young players presenting.
Maybe not. Yeah. So I think we should bring up our guest. We have a mad Mets fan.
He joins us in almost every podcast, right?
Yeah, he's a loyal viewer, and we thought we'd bring him on because I'm really mad, and I want him to talk to us about his feelings about the season and the future for the Mets. So,
yes. Name is Seth, right?
Yes. We're gonna bring him on. Hi, Seth.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. Welcome to All Things Mets Talk.
Yeah.
What are you mad about today?
Yeah.
Basically, how this whole season planned out. To me, Buck Showalter, Billy Epler, and Stevie Cohen are nothing but people-pleasing frauds.
He's angry. I told you, he's really
Let
angry.
me think about it. You blow all this money on names like Scherzer, Verlander, Bassett, Canna, and so forth. And what do? Well, you get rid of Bassett at the end of the previous year, but what do you do this year? The minute things go awry because Showalter is too incompetent to keep a simple formula that worked in the previous year together or in the same year, i.e. where he constantly flip-flopped Neal and Marte in a lineup, which proved to be more counterproductive than productive.
So fire Epler, fire Buck. Who else do we need to fire?
Epler agreeing to the Faustian bargain of basically having the majority of Met games in the first half be at 4 o'clock on a Saturday. East Coast teams don't work in a West Coast mode. They start 4 o'clock games have to be done in moderation, not access.
Yes.
Yeah. So we understand your.
And then there's Cohen
angry.
sweeping their incompetence under the rug instead of calling them out and threatening their job security, which is what he should have done back in June.
All right, hold on, Seth. We don't want you to have a heart attack on our show.
Take a breather. Take a breather.
Take a breather. You are really communicating what a lot of us feel. I mean, we're really angry. But
how do you see the Mets? How do you see the Mets? What can be something good that we can hope for next year?
What do you think for next year?
What would you do?
Get rid of Buck, fire the hitting coach because he doesn't have any understanding of the concept of plate discipline. Put Chavez back as the hitting coach because he at least understands that.
Chavez.
So
and hire someone who understands the mantra: if a formula ain't broke, you don't fix it.
Yeah. Well, we know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we have any other angry Met fans in the chat room, or any ones that want to talk to?
Excuse me for a minute, ladies.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So.
Yeah. I mean, he's the angriest Met fan I've ever met. So we decided to have him on our show to kind of bring that angriness.
And well, I think too. The Mets have created this in a lot of us where we're just beside ourselves.
Yeah,
and,
it's frustrating.
I just want to say something though, Seth. This is to you and all the Met fans out there that sometimes we have to focus on other things. The Mets aren't going.
I want to focus on the future.
Well, but also the Mets aren't going to drive the way I feel every day. So it is disappointing, but I'm not going to lose sleep over this year. And I'm going to let this year go and say this was a terrible year. They made a lot of mistakes and move on and really kind of hope for the best because there is some hope for the future. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's not worth having a heart attack over the Mets. Seth, please.
Next year, all I want from the front office and from the managing squad, if they F it up, is accountability. Accountability to own your mistakes and punish those who commit the mistakes.
So what I think will give the Mets accountability is to bring in somebody like Stearns from Milwaukee, somebody who an established GM with the experience,
a good president,
he'd be above Epler, so
Mhm.
there's more accountability there. I think that was lacking in the operations of the team, and I think that would be critical for them to do that.
Yeah, I'm really
And someone who's not trying to people please one stinking player. We all know why Epler agreed to the 4 o'clock Saturday schedule, to get Ohtani over for New York. A deal that's never gonna come.
well, we'll see. And I'm what I really hope the Mets do is all these actions they've been taking with players, take the same action. Maybe now is not the time, but with management. So we'll see what happens as soon as the season's over. I'm really looking forward to who comes, who who gets fired, and to who we get, as a new manager, because I think Buck is definitely not coming back.
Yeah, I've openly stated I didn't want what happened to Baltimore in 2018 to happen to the Mets this year, but it's happened under Buck's watch because he's been a selfish, egocentric, and incompetent nincompoop. It's happened every year after he's won a Manager of the Year award. Every time he gets that success go to his head, he burns everything to the ground. The Mets are ancient Rome, first century Rome, and he's Nero sawing on a fiddle, watching everything burn to the ground around him.
Okay.
True.
So we have a comment here.
Will the Mets from Greg, will the Mets field at least 5 reputable starting pitchers next year? That's going to be a tough task. Hope they can do it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I could speak to that because, well, if they get, we're not going to probably get Ohtani.
Mhm.
That's a long shot, but might get Yamamoto.
Oh, Yamamoto,
So
that's right.
Yamamoto is a
Mhm.
big, potential free agent
Mhm.
acquisition that they could get. And then I do
I
have.
agree with Emily.
So there's also a couple other free agents out there for pitchers. There's Stripling's going to be a free agent. Nola's going to be a free agent. Giolito's going to be a free agent. Sonny Gray's a free agent. Snell, I love Snell. He's having a fabulous year for San Diego. We could get Lugo back, but that's not happening. But
Robertson, maybe?
I wouldn't mind getting Lugo.
That's for relief pitching.
Oh, well, we
I
need
wouldn't mind
to.
getting Lugo back in the pen.
Yeah, no, but there are some free agent pitchers out there that we can snag.
Well, yeah, we need also mid relievers.
I just named a whole bunch. So those are all free agents.
Maybe
what I would
2
suggest,
they call it prospects. Yeah.
what I would suggest is not to get the older free agents.
Yeah, let's just stay young.
I love Kershaw, but he's getting old.
No,
no
no more oldies. No more oldies.
Well,
no.
Yeah, so he's up there. Let me see who else. I'd say the ones.
No getting Syndergaard back. We pretty much blew his arm out last.
No Syndergaard.
Yeah, so
4 times are over.
Uratus or
Urias?
Urias?
Yes. The Dodgers?
He's great, yeah.
Yeah,
he's a free agent.
He's
Yeah,
27,
so,
right? He's not
okay.
that old, not that young. He's
Yeah,
good.
So I hope that answers the questions. I think the Mets will have to go after these guys to fill the holes because they don't have anybody in the farm system to bring up, so they're going to have to sign free agents. Plus, the truth of the matter about Verlander and Scherzer, what they said is the Mets told them they won't compete next year, and that's why they were out. But the truth is, they just wanted them to
get discouraged.
Well, no, and also to sign their no trade clause, and say okay, or waive it, I should say. And I think the opposite of that. I think they're going to go out and they are going to sign these free agents, and they are going to try to compete. And at the same time, they're going to be building the farm system as well.
And at the same time, firing some of the people in management.
Yeah, you know what? It's so up in the air with Buck. I don't.
Well, most people at this point want his neck in a noose.
What?
Is
No,
what?
at this point, most people want Buck's neck in a noose.
No,
Oh.
well, that's not a nice thing to
Oh.
say. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
He
you
just,
know.
you know, just getting fired is enough to wish upon him. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Okay, so,
So
what else do
Seth-
we have here? Emily's comment. Cohen is way too competitive not to compete. I agree.
yeah,
He had to play the role of a people pleaser this year and sweep the negative consequences of the decisions of the office under the rug. Again, if it was
Yeah.
me in that spot, I would have threatened Buck and Epler's job securities, not exude confidence.
yeah.
Mm.
So hey Seth, we are so happy that you joined us because you are like, you know, the
Passionate.
the passionate Met fan. We are worried about your health. You know, we want you to stay healthy because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it to be that angry over the Mets. But we're gonna stay on, but we're gonna put.
Yeah, thank you so much for. If you have anything,
you could stay in the chat.
yeah,
Okay.
stay in the chat.
Now,
Thank
I'll
you.
let myself out the studio door.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Later, ladies.
Bye.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, so you know what?
People are
That's just
angry.
an example of
Yeah.
somebody who's really, really angry about the Mets. Now, we would never go that far with, you know, never any harm to anyone,
Yeah.
a
You don't
player,
wish
a
a harm.
coach,
Yeah.
anything. Nobody wishes that.
Mhm.
You know,
And like you said, I'm not losing sleep. I'm hopeful, and I try to enjoy what I can from the games that I watch. But I'm just, I mean, life goes on.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Any other comments out there? Anything that you're thinking about that you want to talk about with the acquisitions they got? Because, you know, I wasn't on last week, and thank you, by the way, Emily, for joining. I just want to say that, you know, I didn't get a chance to talk about the acquisitions and the trades, and I think they were great. I think
Yeah.
that's what they needed to do.
Mhm.
And we weren't going to sign these guys, or, you know, they had their 1-year contract, and
Yeah.
it just made sense to let loose and get what we could while
Mhm.
they were at least
And
able to help other teams out. And I think they did well.
Yeah, and like, you know, put the mouth where their money is. And like they said that they wanted to work on the farm and improve it, and that's sort of what it was clear with those trades. So we hope that there's more changes to come for sure. Drastic changes, just like they were with the players.
Yeah, and
Mars
I
has
like
dropped
what
the
I
buck.
see too. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I don't like Buck either. I'm really hoping that the Mets get, you know, continue, you know, get another coach in there.
competitive,
And
yeah.
I really want a younger guy. Of course, you know, there's not many out there, and we're looking for
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. But we'll bring that subject again for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, the guy that I really want for the Mets is Craig Counsell.
Tom said the Mets needed to bolster the minor leagues. When you spend so
Yeah.
much money and go so far over the cap, you lose draft picks, drop down spots, and lose international signing bonus money.
Yeah. I mean, they lost 10 spots in their draft because of going over the cap. They don't really have a cap, but what they call the luxury tax. And what they're allowed, basically they allow them to go to violate the amount of money that they could spend.
Yeah.
But then they get taxed, and they get for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that could be what they're trying to do.
yeah. So next week we should talk about managers, because I have a lot of managers that I think would be potential for the Mets. So I think.
Thank you.
Think that's it. Anybody else have any comments?
Hey, let me see.
before we
Marge
go?
is
Let's
saying
just make
something.
Sure we get everybody.
The first 50,000 fans at tomorrow's game will receive Diaz number 29 bubble. Another Diaz bubble?
Is that true? Or are you
No.
just making that?
I want free tickets.
So I have to tell you something. The fans deserve something for these games because they're not getting anything on the field. So they're not getting the value for what they paid for the tickets. So give them something. Give them a t-shirt. I don't care.
Thomas wants to know why you
Something.
think Ohtani is still on. What do you think Ohtani?
I think the Dodgers are number one. So I think they're going to buy for him. They're definitely going to go after him. They're going to give him an offer. I mean, that's
Cohen is not going to stay.
they're
quiet,
going
for
to
sure.
give him an offer, but I think he wants to stay on the West Coast. So that's my opinion. I think the Dodgers are the front runner.
Yeah,
we'll see.
In my
For
opinion,
that.
what we should do to, make it more exciting is bring some of his kids up and maybe have Diaz pitch maybe our last game of the season.
But bring the ones up that are ready.
No, of
He
course.
wasn't ready.
Well, who cares?
Well, I do. 'Cause
Well, I don't care. They should bring him. Kind of.
I want a competitive team next year. Don't bring them up for the sake of bringing them up.
No, this
You
year.
better learn how to field. Then
Okay.
you can bring them up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
bring
So-
Peña up. See what he does. Wouldn't that be interesting to see
I
that
don't know.
him play like a couple of games?
I think so. I don't know.
I
We'll
think
find
it
out.
will be. Emily says, I agree with Tom and Cohen's money is gonna launch it. Yeah, well,
And one thing we didn't get into, I guess, now, but I really want to talk about something else. Can you lower it?
I lowered it.
I want to talk about Alonso for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't really get into the fact that there were so many reports saying that he was toxic in the dugout. And I never heard that before. And that he was a baby, he was a whiner, he wasn't a good teammate. I never heard that. So is that something new because they stink this year and now he's a baby? Or is this just to stir the pot and get people riled and going?
Yeah, that's probably
David
it.
Cohn said last night on ESPN, "No way is he like that." So he said that's not the case. So I want to get opinions
Mhm.
on that because I know we were close to game time because we're all excited about the game tonight.
Yeah,
So
maybe we
important.
can leave it as a cliffhanger for next.
Yeah, think
next
about
show.
that because I did. Yeah, I don't want to just.
Yeah, and not just
I
that,
mean,
but
that's in the
Ru-
recent
Ru-
report.
and
so.
then Verlander calling him like a diva. So maybe there'll be more next week, and then we can probably add more.
Wait,
to that.
Verlander said people were saying Verlander was the diva.
That's what I mean.
You said he didn't say Alonso was the diva.
No,
Oh.
Verlander.
Wait, I got you a gift for your birthday.
That's my birthday.
Audrina's birthday. I forgot to give her a gift. She wants to cut us off, but here.
Wait, when was it? I forgot. My birthday was on Saturday.
Saturday, you're 25. Yay!
What? Yeah.
Oh my God, how cute! Yeah. see?
What? Oh, this is so beautiful.
You like it?
Oh, yes.
Read
I love it.
what it says.
I know. They can read it.
I don't know.
Talk baseball to me, Mets.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is beautiful. Thank you.
All right.
I'll wear it next time.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? We're doing everything backwards today.
No, we just want to thank everyone
Yeah.
for joining and your comments and participating.
For subscribing.
Thank you to Seth for joining us and
Yeah.
being as angry as he can be.
And you know what? It was a little unconventional today, but sometimes you gotta shake it up a little bit. That's what we did.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
we'll invite you, one
yes.
of you guys,
You
to
let
join
us
us.
know.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe. Let your friends, your neighbors, let others know, and they can join us as well. So
Yes. And I'm gonna show some of these comments
Yes,
as we
show the comments.
but yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone. We love you.